Hey everybody, this is Dan in Jonesboro, May 10th, 2012. And I just watched a video from Brother T-Mod, his channel, and he had a reply video in reference to somebody speaking on his behalf about what he felt about Obama's stance on gay marriage. And he had a pretty interesting perspective about that. And of course he did a disclaimer stating that he's for civil unions and so forth and so on. But this video is not going to be about that. This video is simply titled, "You Can Be the Fool Too." Now, in 2008, I stood in line a total of 12 hours to vote for then Senator Obama from the great state of Illinois. Stood in line with my wife and other family members to vote for a man who gave this nation hope. Now, you'll have some proponents in the black race who say, you shouldn't have voted for Obama because he couldn't change anything, he'll be a puppet. Now, my reply to that is simply, I didn't vote for Obama to change anything because I already knew the political landscape that he would be entrenched in. So, for people to come at you in a certain way, well, you shouldn't expect the black president to be able to do this, or you shouldn't be able to expect the black president to be able to do that. We know that. Anytime you don't have no black senators in the U.S. Congress, then I already know what time it was. Of course, Obama came out of the Senate. But at the time when Obama came out of the Senate, he was the only so-called black man in the U.S. Senate. So I don't have to be reminded of what he would be against. At the time when Obama was running for the presidency, out of 435 U.S. congressmen, I think it may have only been 21 or 22 black congresspeople at the time. At present, it's only 20 out of 435 members of Congress. So no one has to tell me the expectations should have been lower for Obama. But let me tell you why I voted for him. I voted for him based off something that he could have accomplished, which he didn't accomplish. Obama ran on an anti-war platform, even though I know he voted to fund everything that Bush did with the Iraq war and Afghanistan debacle at the time, which hadn't broadened so much. I knew that. He voted one time against it. One time. But voted all the other times to continue giving money for it. But Obama said that he would end the Iraq and Afghanistan wars when he took over. When he got in office, what did he do? The exact opposite. So on that merit alone, I was disappointed. Now, the reason why I entitled this video, "You Can Be the Fool Too." Let's look at people like myself who were anti-war. We were bamboozled. We were tricked. Not only did he continue the Iraq war until the status of forces agreements expired and they couldn't come to a medium as far as giving the U.S. troops that would commit crimes in Iraq immunity against prosecution. That was the only reason why he didn't continue the Iraq war. Even though we still have 15 to 20,000 American citizens over there, American citizens are still dying in Iraq, contractors, but the only reason why it's not reported in the mainstream media is because the Department of Labor now covers casualties in Iraq of U.S. citizens. So let's not get that twisted. He broadened the war in Afghanistan by 60,000 plus troops. And that war today still continues. In his 39 or 40 months of being in the presidency, we've lost over 1,731 U.S. troops under his command. Let me repeat that. Over 1,731 troops have died directly under Obama's term as commander-in-chief. So on that alone, I'm very disappointed, because I feel like it's an idiotic, illegal, ongoing war and occupation. But this is not what this video is about. When he became president, he immediately distanced himself from the black populace who overwhelmingly voted him in office. All these so-called jackleg civil rights preachers, Al Sharpton and the whole lot, Jesse Jackson, he distanced himself from them. He distanced himself from the Black Caucus, the congressional members that come together to try and be some voice for black people. He distanced himself from them, would not meet with them, would not do anything with them. But like all good politicians, now that it's time to get the black folks motivated again, and in the South, in the old days in the South, the white politicians would use a trick called give a black man $1 and get his vote. And what they would do would ignore the black populace their whole terms. Election time rolls around again, they will come to the black ghettos with a bus, give everybody $1 that would vote for them, take them to the polls, and sell them out again for 4 more years until they want to be reelected and come back through the hood, through the ghettos, over the railroad tracks and give everybody $1. Obama is doing the same thing to every group that he ignored, including gays. He's just giving you $1 under the guise of all of a sudden this epiphany rises in his mind, and all of a sudden now he's for gay marriage. But all you have to do is check the record. All you have to do is look at what his stance was from the beginning. Now, some people say that he's an undercover Muslim. That may be so. I don't really give a damn. All you have to do is check the record. I'm in my 40s. I don't change positions overnight about something that I've been adamant all my life about, unless there is a drastic change in the way I see. And the only thing he's doing to people who are gay, for gay marriage, is pandering to your hopes and dreams. Once again, he did it in 2008, and he's doing it for 2012. And if you're too dumb to see that, then you can be the fool too. And I have absolutely no problem with you joining the club that I was in. You joining the club that many black people are in right today. You joining the club that people that hoped and dreamed for him to change their positions or their situations are in. You can join the club of the homeowners that have lost their homes to foreclosure because less than 3% of the money that was allocated for mortgage relief has been released by this man who claims to be the first black president. You can join the club too. You can join the club of the many senior citizens of this land that were on Social Security that hosted all these election polls at senior citizens recreation centers and senior citizen homes, that stood in line sometimes in wheelchairs and crutches, standing in line to vote for this man that gave them something that they had never seen, a person of color in the White House that promised them something for them, promised them stability. And then when he gets into the White House, what does he do? Instead of giving them a cost of living increase, which they were accustomed to doing, a cost of living stimulus check, which George Bush always gave them every year, what does he do? He withhold their cost of living for 3 years. He did not give them their annual 3.1% increase for their Social Security. Did not give them one stimulus check until this year, January 1st, 2012. He finally released a 3.6% increase for Social Security for the seniors, which he had denied for 3 years on the hopes of what? Pandering to them. The hopes of giving them $1. So they played the fool also. No, they didn't get no money for 3 years. No stimulus checks for 3 years. Disability, same thing. All he is a politician with a brown face. So, to you gays, to you LGBTs, whatever you want to call that, I don't really know all the terminology. You can be the fool too. Welcome to the club. I'm glad that I'm not in lone company. I'm glad that I got another select group of fools to be with us. Thank you.